What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? So we are back. We are back for a new movie for Movie Corner. Like, I'm really about to be consistent with this. Now, I need y'all to tell me a date where y'all want to see these. But again, we are back at last. All right. Now, on my last Movie Corner post, which was Evil Dead Rise, I had put up a community post and I had asked you guys for movie suggestions because I want to make this a consistent thing. Like, I already brought up this idea a while ago and I just had so much stuff going on. So now I got time to do it. And no shade to some of y'all. It was just a handful. Girl, I said, give me some suggestions for some freaking movies. Some of y'all was putting down freaking TV series and, streaming TV series and all that stuff. And I said, girl, movies, okay? It's called Movie Corner, but it's no shade. It's no issue, whatever. I just wanted to say, because I said, girls, movies, y'all. But I'm really, really getting into this and bringing y'all something new. Because I always wanted to do this just in case y'all didn't know. And shout out to Bondi Blue because I love, if y'all want to see somebody that goes really, really in depth, that P and that TH at the end really gets me up, okay? Go over to her channel and go watch her series for Now That We're Grown. And she do certain type of, I guess you would say, black films or whatever. And when I tell you she goes into detail, and it gives you like a different perspective. And you're like, oh shit, you right. Well, I didn't think of it like that. So if you want to go to somebody that get some movies that I haven't talked about or whatever, or that if I don't go that deep in detail, because I really don't feel like I'm gonna go that deep in detail, I like to bring the comedy aspect to it. But I suggest you go to her channel as well, because when I tell you that is probably like the best thing that I love about her channel is the Now That We Grown, series that she has on there. But anyway, girl, we back. And I did ask for some suggestions, but I was sitting up in here and I was watching, right after I did that, I was watching The Wiz, girl. And if you are new here, baby, let me tell you something. If you hear some noise, it's just a fan. It's a little hot. If you new here, then you don't know that I am not really a musical type of girl. I've only like 2 musicals for real that I know of or that I can think of off the top of my head that I can sit back and I can watch multiple times, okay? And I can watch all day, any day, whatever time, back to back, whatever. And number 1 is The Wiz, and then there's Dreamgirls. I think like just about everybody loves Dreamgirls. Just about, okay? Not all, but just about. Now, The Wiz, I don't know. The Wiz probably was like one of the first outside of the Disney movies or whatever that were like somewhat sing-along and all that stuff. I watched The Wiz when I was a kid. And this is back in the day, baby, when we had VHSs. Now, some of y'all came through when it was just DVDs, okay? Your Nathan kind of phased out a little bit and everything on streaming or whatever. But back in the day, we used to have VHSs, okay? With the VCR and all that. You had to put the tape in. You had to make sure that bitch was rewound, okay? Or you just wouldn't even play it from the beginning. It's not going to automatically go, you know what I'm saying? And it was a hassle in itself, all right? But at the same time, I used to play that movie out to the point that I think my mama had to buy the movie because my mother's friend actually had the VHS and she used to let us borrow it. And it got to the point that I always wanted to watch it. My mama said, freak that, let me just go ahead and buy it myself. I said, yes, thank you. So I wanted to get it on. I don't even know what a VHS is anyway, but I do know now that it's on Netflix, and I just found that out today. I had it saved on my DVR. Anytime that it comes on, I will watch it regardless. It's just one of those movies that makes me feel good, makes me just forget everything that's been going on, just something to relieve myself, just to relax or whatever, because I could sing along and all this stuff, and it just makes me feel really, really happy. Now, I know that there are some people that really did not like The Wiz, okay? I know that some of y'all did not like The Wiz, and I'm just like, I don't care. But I kind of understand why, because it's so far out a little bit. But at the same time, I get it. I ain't gonna fault you. I ain't gonna fault you because even at my big age, there's some parts that I was like, girl, what? All right. Now, first of all, the movie came out in 1978. Okay. I wasn't even thought of. All right. My mama was still a kid herself. So it came out in 1978. It is a reimagining of The Wizard of Oz. Okay. So basically it's the black version of The Wiz. It's The Wizard of Oz with flavor, y'all. Okay, with flavor, y'all. Um it got a little Sassoon on there. It got a whole bunch of Lowrys, okay? You know, it got all of that. It got all that, some Old Bay and all that shit on there, you know? And it's a reimagining that took place up in New York City, okay? And as I was watching this, let me ask this question. Do y'all think, if you have watched The Wiz, and after we discussed it a little bit, I'm gonna post that at the end. I'm gonna post that at the end. If you get to the end, stay to the end. First of all, the movie is like 2 hours. How long they say this movie is? Girl, I got it up right here just for this. 2 hours and 16 goddamn minutes, okay? For what? For greatness, okay? So we get up into the movie. It's, of course, starring Diana Ross as Dorothy, Michael Jackson as the Tin Man. I think Ted Ross as the Lion, Nipsey Russell as the Scarecrow. You got Richard Pryor playing the Wiz. I think Mabel King, she played the Eveline. Girl, it's a whole bunch of people that ain't here today no more, and they made this classic. And I was so glad to be able to watch it. But let me just tell you this. They had Dorothy. Now, see, the movie was not a box office success when it came out. That is one thing. As much as people talk about The Wiz these days, people know the songs, especially You Can't Win. Everybody know that. Or, you know, Ease on Down the Yellow Brick Road. Everybody know that. Or When I Think of Home, I Think of a Place. You know, everybody just about, you know, an adult, whatever. We know that, you know. But to realize that this movie was not a box office success. It actually was kind of a flop. They said it took $24 million to make, and it only made $21 million at the box office. So basically, it took a goddamn loss. You know, it flopped. It flopped. Now I don't understand exactly why it flopped, because you literally had Michael Jackson and Diana Ross, the boss supreme. Okay, you know, you had her up in there, and I feel like, and I don't want to be ageist. Okay, and I know that it's probably going to come off as that way, but I really do feel as though maybe, honestly, I don't even know if it really would have made a difference if Diana Ross didn't play Dorothy, you know, because in the movie, Dorothy was supposed to be 24 years old, and they had Diana Ross playing her, and Diana Ross was well in her 30s. She was probably, what, 33, 34, whatever, and people already knew that, so they like, you trying to play this young girl, but then again, you know, back in the day, some of the 20-year-olds and stuff, or whatever, you didn't even know that they was 20-something because you literally thought that they was older than what they were, so I don't really feel like that could have been a factor, but I really don't think that that was it. I just feel like people really was not ready for something like that. You know, it's a black film, black cast, and you know how it is over here, how it is now, like they're still afraid to put out movies that are, or give movies that are predominantly black casted a lot of respect, a lot of promotion, you know, because they feel as though it won't do well regardless in the box office. So I feel like that's what was going on. I could be wrong, but, you know, it could have been some other factors. And, of course, it's a Motown studio film as well, production film. So, of course, that's how come, I guess, Diana Ross and Michael Jackson got up in there. But who knows? Who knows? Either way, I liked it. So you get Diana Ross playing Dorothy, okay? Now, in this version of the Wiz, she's in New York. She's coming home. They're about to get ready for dinner. You know, it's like the holidays. I think it's either Christmas or Thanksgiving. Either way, it's a goddamn snowstorm, okay? And with the way the world has been, you will and you could get, you know, a whole bunch of snow on Thanksgiving and Christmas. So it could have been either one. I just know it was a whole bunch of people that was coming over into an itty bitty ass apartment. I said, it's a lot of motherfuckers up in there. It's like 50 people in that little apartment, and they was making it do. They was making it do what it do. Okay, so you got this, and I kind of related to Dorothy in this movie because Dorothy was like antisocial. You know what I'm saying? She was shy. She was very much timid a little bit. She stayed and played the background. She didn't want to have to speak up if she didn't have to. You know, she just stayed in the back and stayed pretty much to herself. And she just did what needed to be done for the moment. She didn't do anything extra, whatever. You know, and I relate to that. I relate to that to a certain extent because that's why nowadays, in this particular year especially, I've been pushing myself to do more and more and more. And I've had opportunities that I kind of passed over because I'm just not that person that want to be put out there in the forefront. And I got to stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? And so you got that and the family coming over. And I don't like to be around a lot of people sometimes, even if it's family or whatever, because sometimes I just don't relate to them. I'll just be like, girl, what? Let me be by myself. Let me take my food to my room and eat. You know, y'all can have this. It's a little bit too much. I'm getting a little bit, it's too much for my nerves. You know what I'm saying? Let me go chill out in my room. So you got that whole thing happening. And then, you know, when that gets through and everybody leaves, we find out Dorothy is a kindergarten or preschooler school teacher. Her auntie M, she wants her to just go and take a promotion to go teach over at the high school. She wants her to basically break out of her comfort zone to being around people or little people that's not going to, you know, talk back to her or make her feel bad about herself. She wants her to throw herself out there and to be around people that's closer to her age. And I said, girl, now listen, man, she could barely handle being around the family that came over there. You saw how she just shrunk back to the back. I mean, mama had to go up in the into the kitchen and sing a song to herself. Feeling, when I feel it, I don't even know. Girl, we know. And you want her to go over there and to teach at a high school? You want her to go over there and teach at a high school? Baby, if the kids was disrespectful today, they would have told Dorothy ass up, okay? Okay, they would have took all the advantage of her, you know? And I said, no, girl, leave her where she at for right now. If you want her to move up, let her get to like 2nd grade, okay? And then we'll move up from there. Not just throw her to the wolves at the high schoolers. No, I sing Cooley High, okay? She not ready for that. And Tia want her to get, you know, it's like she was pushing people on her. And I just didn't like the way that was going on. And I get the fact that you want her to get out there. You want her to meet people. And we have this way of doing that. You want people to meet people, so sometimes you try to set them up with this or you try to put them in certain situations. And I don't like that. I don't like the way the auntie was trying to, you know, like, oh, this person is this, go meet this person. Girl, no, let her work at her own pace, okay? Sometimes people they're a little bit slower than others to get to certain things, and they'll get to that eventually. Just let them work the way that they need to work. Yes, give them encouragement, but don't try to force it on them. So, you know, they had that little conversation and all that shit. Dorothy was about to take some trash out, I believe, and Toto then took his ass out there and just got all worked up and caught up in the damn snowstorm. Now, baby, if I synced all that, girl. I ain't finna go out and take no damn trash out. That'll wait till the morning. And it was at night. That'll wait till the morning. So they got swept up in the snowstorm, and next thing you know, she falls down in Munchkin Land, okay? Now, listen. Munchkin Land was ruled by Evermean, okay? The Wicked Witch, was she the Wicked Witch of the East or the West or whoever the fuck? Her sister was Eveline, okay? But Evermean, when Dorothy came through, she broke the damn sign. The sign that fell on her ass and, you know, just flattened her out and killed her, right? So at this point, all of a sudden, the graffiti that was on the wall just started coming to life, okay? Total. Like, girl, now let me tell you something. I feel like this is why some people didn't like The Wiz, because now if you was a kid or if you get easily scared, certain parts will probably like creep you out a little bit. And that whole the dark scenery of it, and then them people just coming out the window off the wall the way it was coming out. I was just like, what is this? Oh my God. And it was dark up in there. I said, put some light up in there. What happened? But basically, the little playground had been abandoned because the kids that was out there, they got turned into graffiti on the wall by Evermean. And, you know, with her being dead now, they came back to themselves, okay? You got Miss Wan coming out there. I guess she the ruler over there. And, you know, she the one that told Dorothy about going to, you know, the Wiz, okay? Let me tell you something now. I love it. I can get up here. I try to, I ain't gonna sing. I ain't gonna say it. I swear. Let me stop that. Because let me tell you something. The selection of songs are just everything in this, okay? If you sit and you watch The Wiz and you do not sing at least once, something is wrong with you. Or maybe this movie just ain't for you, okay? Because even the first song where, you know, Auntie M is singing to the family, and then the second song when Dorothy goes up into the kitchen and she's singing to herself, coming to the realization of what the hell it is that she trying to figure out who the hell she is, you know, and then this Let Me Point You to the Wiz. Da, 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 da. He's the wizard and he lives in us. Girl, that's the shit. Okay, that's the shit. Now, Miss Wan was setting people off. Okay, Miss Wan, she was setting people off. I was like, how you gonna tell me to go to somewhere that you ain't never been? All right, this whole time, everybody kept on saying, go to the Wiz, go to the Wiz, go to the Wiz. He gonna get your ass back home. He gonna get you back home. Girl, you ain't never seen Tim yourself, and you ain't never been in Emerald City. Follow the yellow brick road. Bitch, where is the yellow brick road, okay? Girl, these taxi cabs pop up. Now, let me go back to these munchkins. They was telling her what happened. They said Evermean had made them graffiti because she caught them, you know, graffitiing her walls. And that's how they was stuck like that. Now, see, y'all was mad because y'all was doing something wrong. That shit hit me the last time I was watching this, okay? I was like, y'all really was mad that y'all got punished for doing something wrong. You was vandalizing her place. And now, don't get me wrong. Evermean sound like she was a bitch. I get that. But you also kind of provoked the situation a little bit, knowing how this bitch was, and you was up here writing on her walls and stuff, and what you thought she was going to do? Going to let you just go past with that? No, girl, that's just why you got splat up on the wall like that, okay? But anyway, one part that was getting me, hold on. It was this one character, you know, he'll come out and he'll be laughing every time it was time to transition for Dorothy to transition to another scene where she meets another person or whatever. Like when she gets through with the Munchkinland, you see the taxi cabs, okay? And that's where you start seeing the yellow brick road start popping up, which leads her over there to an abandoned building. And behind that abandoned building is a field where we see the Scarecrow, okay? And this character, he just was, you know, laughing. She trying to get his attention, and he pops up every time. And I was like, who is he? And I feel like what he was somebody that was keeping a lookout for Evelyn to track the progress and see if she would keep going or if she would get stopped, you know, in her journey trying to get to the Emerald City to get to the Wiz or whatever. I don't know. I could be wrong, but that's kind of how I interpreted it, because at the time I was like, what is his purpose? Because he seemed kind of creepy too. You know, that random person that just standing around just watching everything instead of helping, you know? And so the first person that she encounters of her three companions is the Scarecrow, played by, you know, Michael Jackson. And, you know, he's up there. He got these crows that's just basically putting down his self-esteem. And that was a lesson too. You gotta not listen to everybody, okay? It's lessons throughout this whole movie, and I'm just not realizing as I'm talking. You can't be listening to everybody, all right? Because this is why I don't befriend a lot of people. This is why I don't, you know, I have trust issues. Because you have people that are not looking out for your best interests at heart. They're only looking out for themselves and just to be assholes to you, just to be assholes, okay? Now, these crows, that's what they were doing. They made the Scarecrow feel as though he could not get down off that pole. He wouldn't be able to go walk around. It just wasn't meant to be. Just made him feel stupid as hell. And it's so funny how They make a scarecrow to scare away the crows or whatever. But yet the crows took over in this adaptation and was basically ruling the scarecrow and had him under their control. You know, made him feel really, really, really stupid to the point where, you know, he up here, they having him recite the crow commandments, basically telling him he ain't shit, he ain't supposed to be reading nothing, and you ain't gonna be able to get off this pole. Don't ever think that you is, because you ain't. All right. Meanwhile, you know, Dorothy comes through after they have him saying, "You can't win, you can't forgive it, you can't get out of the game." That is my shit. That is my shit. He said, "You want me to sing that thing again?" I said, "Yes, nigga." Did y'all hear when he got into that low register? Oh, I love it when Michael Jackson used to use his low register. Oh, I love when anybody use that lower register. It does something to me. I said, "All right, the game, nah." I said, where you been hiding that at? I had it tucked away, and that's what happened. Okay, you know, you could have used that to get up off that pole. Meanwhile, Dorothy had to come through and say, "Listen, don't listen to them hoes, them crows. They ain't doing nothing but trying to make you feel bad because they miserable about their lives themselves, okay? So they got to make you feel miserable. I'll help you down, you know?" And so she helped the boy down, and he fell flat on his face. And so I was sitting here like, damn, he ain't never walked before, so how he know how to walk? So he was trying to help, Dorothy was trying to help him to walk and all that. And was basically telling him, you got to have a little confidence in yourself. And I said, it's funny that you telling him that, but you ain't had none of yourself when you was living out there in New York with Auntie M and them. Okay? You need to take your own advice, you know? And so he was trying to walk, baby. This scarecrow ain't never walked a day in his life. He had a little bit of sea legs all of 2 seconds. The next thing you know, he is spinning around, jumping up, and walking. I said, wait a minute, and running. I said, damn, how you learn how to walk that fast? Mind you, the scarecrow wanted to go to the Oz, to the Wiz or whatever, so that he can get a brain. Okay, so that he can get a brain. How is it, and this is the ironic part about it, but this is the lesson at the end. You want a brain, but yet you're reading from the trashes in your head, okay? Like fluently. You already have something there. So they find the yellow brick road again, and, you know, they start doing it. We gotta ease on down the road. Okay, everybody know that, you know what I'm saying? So they do that. And then they go to an amusement park, because as they're going through this amusement park, this is where the yellow brick road is going through, they hear somebody hollering for help, all right? This is where we encountered the Tin Man. The Tin Man was like this, I guess this performer or something at a carnival, you know, traveling carnival, and then he got stuck at this one carnival, and this lady, or this particular statue or whatever that was on him, this big girl, Tiny, that was supposed to be his wife, and she just basically sat on his ass until he rusted, and ain't nobody, they left him there. And you know, it was just by luck and happenstance that Dorothy and the scarecrow came through, and they pushed her ass off, and he got up. They found some oil. Slide some oil to me, let it drip down my spine. Okay, listen, that is the shit. That's the, all right. But before that, he was talking about how he got there, and, you know, how he just wish he had a heart, all right? And the way he was saying how he wanted a heart, he said it so sympathetic, like, he said it so caring, like, or whatever, like a person with a heart. And so I'm sitting here like, sir, you don't need it. I mean, listen to how you're talking, okay? You could feel, you know what I'm saying? You up here crying because Teeny did what she did to you and all that stuff. You got a heart. People with heart don't cry, okay? Them tears is there, you know what I'm saying? And so they pulled him along, right? Meanwhile, the next time that they go, they wound up being, I think, in front of the New York City Library, and they see the line on on the arm railing or whatever handle. Okay, just sitting there. Mind you, it reminds me of the lion that's out here in Chicago at the Art Institute down on Michigan. Okay, it's a big old line that's outside or whatever. You know, that's how you know you in Chicago, and that's how you know you're at the Art Institute. Oh, excuse me. As they singing the song, ease on down the road, you get the Tin Man who notices that. He said, hold up, because something a little fishy. Something a little fishy, and it ain't me, bitch. I just want to understand, is it my eyes that's seeing this, or is it just my mind playing tricks on me? But I think that line over there, that statue of land, is following us, okay? Like the eyes is moving. And of course it was, and then he breaks out, and cause I'm a mean online. That's listen, the music is top tier. Mean online, like, come on, who comes up with this stuff? But Quincy Jones was the music composer. It was done by Motown Production, so shout out to them. And you got that going on, and he just up here trying to scare their asses. He trying to scare their asses and get punked out when Toto bit his paw. He bit my paw. Like, you not finna try to scare me. And then you turn into a little big pussy when you get your little paw nibbled on a little bit. He kind of just smelt that bitch. And you just punked out. I said, oh, what's going on? He need a little bit of courage. He got kicked out the jungle. He used to be the king. You know what I'm saying? Because he couldn't scare nobody. He can't even scare Tin Man and a little dog and Dorothy and a scarecrow. I said, well, maybe it's just not meant to be. You ain't got to be scary all the time. Did you ever think of that? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And so, of course, they had to make him feel better and bring him along. Now, see, this is one of the scenes that pops up that we figure it's just the obstacle course that they had to go to get to the land of Oz, the Emerald City. And I guess this is one of the ones that I guess is supposed to kind of like deter them or try to throw them off course, because that little guy that I told y'all that just kept on popping up, he wound up popping up when they get into the subway. And I feel like this is one of the scenes that really like kind of scared the kids when they was younger or whatever, when they watched it, because even as an adult, it's like, what is the purpose? Like, what is going on? What is happening? And why did it? You ever go back and you look at some movies that were meant for kids, and not saying that this was meant for kids, but you ever go back and you look at some movies that was meant for kids, and you look at them as an adult, and you be like, how was this for a kid? Like, this is too dark. This is a little creepy. This is a little scary. I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel like this scene was a little bit for some people who did not like The Wiz, because the subway scene, it just was like, everything seemed cool. And then this dude comes out holding his tray with these, these little things hanging off. And as they start bouncing. And every time they bouncing, they getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And they come into giants. And then they start just coming towards, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Next thing you know, the columns is breaking loose, everything turning into something that can hurt them. Okay, the freaking wires coming out, electrocuting the Tin Man, the garbage cans turning into freaking, I guess, lions and stuff, because they had teeth, and they attacked the lion, and they attacked the scarecrow, bitch. I was like, what is happening up in here? I was waiting for a train to come through and do some shit, but I guess this was the moment for the lion to pop up and to be like, you know what? You that nigga, okay? You ain't scared of shit. You talk about something, you ain't had no courage. This was a moment for him to see that he did have all the courage in the world. So I guess that's what it was for. He got them out the subway, and they wind up going to this place, and I said, excuse me, somebody inviting you to something, and you just seeing a whole bunch of neon stuff, and these girls hitting you up or whatever. Excuse me, hey, Shiva. I said, what is this, baby? Miss Wan had said, watch out for the poison poppies. Them were the poison poppies, okay? Poison poppy was some psychedelic drugs, bitch, okay? That's just what it was, all right? Girl, they had the music going, getting you in trance. Okay, like, because black folks, we love to dance, okay? We'll dance, we'll bop, we'll sway to something in a minute, like, hey, what's this? And that's exactly what they did. That's how they got them. I said, damn it, curse our fucking love for rhythm. You know what I'm saying? That's just what got them and did them in. The only ones that wasn't really affected and understood what was happening, they kind of took a minute and thought, girl, Tin Man said, I don't, something about this ain't right. The scarecrow was like, hell yeah, this is a trap. And they trying to tell Dorothy and freaking Lion what's going on. Baby, the poppies that already threw that angel dust to their face. And they just like, shit. I said, oh, damn. You know, they wound up getting high to the point that they done knocked out to sleep. The Tin Man crying and stuff. Now, here's the thing. Everybody, the Tin Man wanted a heart, but did the Tin Man have a brain too? The Tin Man and the Scarecrow could want the same thing, because they ain't got, neither one got a brain nor a heart. You know what I'm saying? I just be thinking about stuff. But them motherfuckers, Dorothy and the Lion was high as hell. So when Tin Man started crying over them, the Lion woke up, because there was a little bit of wetness that came on his face, and he was like, he was still high as hell until he realized that Dorothy was out like a light too. And so at this point, he gets up in his feelings and he getting all emotional, thinking that it's his fault that he didn't led them into this disaster where she can get hurt and all this stuff, you know. And you know, he's throwing himself a pity party. By this time, the Tin Man didn't cry on Dorothy, and Dorothy done woke the fuck up already. I said Lion kind of fucked him. Lion was such a stunt queen, a stunt king. He was a drama king, okay. You know, when he said his mama named him Fleetwood Coupe DeVilles. My mama had high ideas, okay? I said, all right, she a little disappointed. I'm gonna just put it out there, all right, because you was doing a lot. To the point where Dorothy had to come through again and soothe and calm this nigga down and sing a song. You're a lion, okay? You're a lion. And then everybody came in. Somehow everybody knows all the words to these songs. We just met each other, and these are songs that just popped up, and we all know the words. Oh, that was so funny. And then after that, it was revealed to them the brick road that was going to take them all the way into Emerald City. Now, I'm looking at this road. They was like, oh my God, look at the road. And they said that shit like it's going to be down the street, and we'll get there in 30 seconds. Baby, they pan that camera around. I said, excuse me, where is the bikes? Can we get a bicycle? Can we get a little bit of, like, y'all put the taxis out there and you done busted the windows out and put them things out of order and out of service. So we got to walk all the way over here. Because, I mean, girl, it was over the bridge. It was around the corner. It was miles and miles and miles away, baby. It was a long time. And I was like, oh, y'all just happily walking and your feet ain't hurting. Mind you, Dorothy had on Evermean shoes, okay? She wasn't supposed to take them out. And I said, girl, you got them little kitten heels on. You mean to tell me your feet ain't hurting either? Y'all did a lot of walking. So they finally get to the Emerald City. And I said, just like these bougie-ass Negroes, y'all wouldn't let them in and talk about some of the service interests in the back. I said, excuse me. If it wasn't for the fact that Dorothy had them shoes on, they wouldn't have been able to get up in there. And this is where the scene comes in. You got to be green to be sick. Girl, let me tell you something. Somebody on TikTok, I come across this girl's TikTok randomly, and she was like, because the Renaissance Tour is coming to the United States this month, right? And I cannot wait. She was like, Beyonce is doing the theme or doing the scene from The Wiz at Emerald City. And it was, you got to be green, because then they turn it to green, you know, and then he'll do the red, he'll do the gold, he'll do the white, you know, all of that. And we seen her costume change into that, because the last color that we seen over there in overseas in Europe, she was in the green. Before that, you know, we seen her in the red, we seen her in the gold, we seen her in the silver. I said, oh, that makes a little bit of sense. You know, she a little extra. I get it. I can see it. But that was a scene. Honestly, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Every time I watch that scene, because every time the Wiz come down and he'll be like, you know, this color is old, it's time for gold. Gold is old or whatever, let's do green. Green in and out of the scene, let's do red, or whatever the hell he said. I felt as though that scene went on a little bit too long, okay? That whole scene went on a little bit too long, that musical part. I said, we can cut this off. Because when they got to gold, I said, damn, how long this gonna be? Bitch, next thing you know, we see Quincy Jones on the goddamn piano. I said, now cut this off, okay? Can we get to the Wiz? That's what we want to see. So the Wiz finally called Dorothy up. Dorothy said, bitch, I ain't coming up there without my friends, because at first he wouldn't let them. The girl, the crowd was all there for him, right? Oh my God, you got to see the ass. You know, I've been waiting for 2 years, 3 years, or whatever for him to see me, because he never sees anybody. And there's a reason for that. Now, you notice how people will hype you up and be on your side for a minute, but then when you get your way, all of a sudden they want to be a hater. Because as soon as Dorothy said, well, bitch, you ain't going to be able to see me without these friends, they looked at her like, girl, this ain't going to happen. What's going on? And when the Wiz said, all right, bring up the riffraff, they was like, ain't that bad a bitch? I said, not y'all hating. Ain't nobody tell y'all to be standing up in here for 2-3 goddamn years. Okay, y'all ain't got no lies. Y'all ain't got your problem could have been solved by then. You could have figured it out by then instead of waiting on some fake ass wizard to fucking do it for yourself while you up here hating. Okay, they get up there talking to a fucking head, a metal tin head. I said, are you serious, with an afro? I said, excuse me. That would have threw me off right then and there, because I wouldn't have thought no wizard was going to be talking to me through a metal device. I said, what? What is going on? So everybody going down the line and saying what they want. Wisdom, a heart, courage, all of that stuff, brains, okay? And Dorothy just want to take her ass home. The Wiz said, hell no. The only way that you're going to be able to do something, I'd do something for you if you go down there and you kill Evelyn. I said, child, they done turned Dorothy into a murderer. She said, listen, bitch, I know I live up in New York, but damn, I go to another fucking universe and I'm just out here just taking everybody out, shank, okay? So she was like trying to figure out what it is that she gonna do. You know, they was like, girl, we can stay out here in the Emerald City, ain't that bad? And she was like, I mean, it's cool or whatever, kicking it with y'all, and I'm glad I met y'all to have companions to go on this journey with me. But I want to get home, okay? No shade, I want to get home. My life was boring as shit there, but at least it was my life, okay? I just want to get home. This little piece of hair, if y'all can't tell throughout the whole video, it's been bothering me. And I was just like, girl, then get your ass up and go find Evelyn. And she go up there to the guard, which way do we go? How do we get there? And I was like, don't worry about it, because she gonna find you. Baby, that's when we get introduced to Evelyn. Evelyn is running a sweatshop, okay? She is running a sweatshop, and it looks like it's funky as hell up in there. And I said, what exactly you got them people doing for what, okay? I just don't think that anybody is really using these products that you got them up there making or whatever. She done took the man that I told you that kept on popping up. I guess she was pissed off at him because they didn't, whatever traps and stuff he was putting out there didn't stop him. And so she said, y'all, you finna be on the chain gang. She done got the crows. I said, the crows? You got them finna work for you too? Girl, yeah, and she got the hoes out there, the poison poppies. I said, child, everybody didn't get swapped up because they could not stop Dorothy. So she pissed. And now she got to bring in, you know, the flying monkeys to come through and get Dorothy and them, you know, and don't nobody bring me no bad news, no bad news. I said, girl, look at your face. It's all bad news, okay? It's all bad news, you know. The fact that her throne was a toilet, the fact that her throne was a toilet and you had the flying monkeys go out there and you had them chasing after Dorothy and them and they was trying to run from them and they went on ahead and got them and brought them there. Girl, she threatened to kill them, okay? She wanted Dorothy to give her sister's shoes. And she said, girl, no, I can't do that. I cannot do that. Let me go home and I'll mail them to you. She was like, no, girl, you don't want that to happen? Okay, you ain't gonna give me the shoes. This is what I'm gonna do. She took the scarecrow, cut him up in half. I said, damn. He said, oh, don't worry about it, bitch. I can't feel this shit. You know, it's just paper. I'm just garbage. So, you can calm down. Baby, she put the Tin Man up on the iron press. Flatten that motherfucker out. He said, bitch, I can't feel this shit either. I'm good. Don't worry about it. I just blow up. And I'll be fine, okay? It's cool. Baby, she hung, you know, the line by his tail. And he was like, I mean, it kind of hurt. It kind of hurt. But don't give up the shoes, Dorothy. Don't give it up, all right? Now, you got all of that going on. And you would think, oh, shit, look what they doing to my friend. Look what they doing to my friend. And this goes to show how it is with people. People will put animals above humans any day. Because it took for Evelyn to say, Do you want sauerkraut on your hot dog? Okay, she was about to kill little Toto. Now Toto been innocent the whole time. Well, technically speaking, I ain't gonna say he been innocent because it was his fault that they got caught up in the goddamn snowstorm because he done ran outside into there. You know what I'm saying? But she was about to take little Toto out. Toto been fine this whole time and minding his business and doing what he was supposed to do. And now you want to take him out. And Dorothy said, hell no, I give up these damn shoes. Okay. I said, really? Really? I don't know. I mean, maybe because that's her emotional support dog because, you know, she just don't look like she really had, anybody else. Like Dorothy did not have friends. I'ma just put that right there. She just gives me like she did not have friends at all. And so Toto, the dog, was just her buddy. You know, they say dogs are men's best friends, and I'm thinking about heavily to getting a dog too. I would love one. And so you got that right. And so she going and she about to give up the shoes, and then Scarecrow was like, psst, and he looked, and it was like a fire alarm, like, you know, when the water come down. And so she thinking like she finna take the shoes off. And next thing you know, she pulled the alarm. Evelyn was like, no, don't pull that, because I'm allergic to water. I said, you dirty bitch. I said, you dirty bitch. First of all, why is your throne a damn toilet? And why is it, if you were on the toilet, how come you allergic to fucking water, bitch? I said, that's why you look like that. You dirty now. You need to go just because and you was up here talking about the flying monkeys was funky as shit. Bitch, you being allergic to water. Girl, you stink too, okay? So, you know, she goes down the drain, and once she goes down the drain and the toilet seat closes and burp right at us after that, everybody is just like singing a brand new day. Can you feel a brand new day? Everybody look out. Y'all, I be ready to go so hard, but I remember that, girl, you live in an apartment now. You can't do too much too loud or whatever because, girl, I give you a whole ass number. Because can you feel a brand new day? Listen, you heard them vocals. You heard how I like put it in a lower register or whatever. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying, don't sleep, bitch. Okay, I'm telling you, when I be talking about my vocals, I be dead serious. All right, I could do a musical. But anyway, so next thing you know, everybody started getting washed away. So it looked like everybody was filthy up in that bitch. Because when Evelyn goes, the sun come through, the sprinklers was on, and it was just washing away and cleared up the windows. The dirt off the windows started just melting off, and then people coming up out there fucking costumes and they bucket ass naked. Well, they ain't bucket ass naked. They got drawers on and bras on or whatever. Them boys, the dudes had them little thong. I said, get that out your ass. They dancing, it was riding all up in your ass and everything. I said, that is not comfortable. They said, baby, we need some air. It needs some air down there. I said, I get it. Y'all was trapped. And they said, yeah, girl, we was trapped. They do this whole musical number. Baby, they get it driven back to the Wiz. Baby, we found out that the Wiz played by Richard Pryor, he ain't shit. This motherfucker is laying on the cot. Now, how the hell you been here for 3 years and you mean to tell me you the Wiz and you couldn't get them to come in there and while you was in the bathroom and get you a better bed? Baby, they got him in this room, this big ass empty room with a little gel cot. I said, that mattress is thin as shit. All right, I said, who was feeding him? Because he did have a sandwich sitting there. I said, how are you getting food if you didn't have him come up in there and fix this shit up while you was in the bathroom? I just didn't understand it. He lying his ass off. This motherfucker got swept up in a storm on a hot air balloon. All because he was trying to get up into politics and everything, and he was just so determined to get into politics some way or somehow, one way or another, and that was his crutch, and that's why he got swept up. And so, you know, he lied about it, and of course Dorothy was pissed. You know, Dorothy was pissed as shit. Everybody was. I can't get my brain. I can't get my heart. I ain't gonna get my courage. Dorothy had to say, listen. I've been holding this in this whole time, okay? Nigga, you talking about something you want a goddamn brain, and you been reading to us this whole time. You know what it is, okay? You don't need no brain. And then you up here talking about something you want a goddamn heart. Do you know that you was crying this whole time? And you was feeling empathy and sympathy, bitch? That's hard. You already got it. My nigga, you got it, okay? Lion, You saved us plenty of times, okay? You stood the fuck up. That's courage right there. Kill that shit with a skillet, bitch. You don't need nothing from this fake ass nigga. I said, ooh, oh, that's wild. Now how you gonna get your ass home? Baby, next thing you know, Glenda the Good Witch, she come through, played by Miss Legendary Lena Horne. And she basically said, you gotta click your heels 3 times and you will go home. After she sang her song, which I was singing too, ooh, yeah. I love when Lena do that, ooh, yeah. In the movie, you gotta look at the movie and you have to look at that particular part when she was singing the song and she goes, ooh, yeah. It's so funny, but it's so good at the same time. When she got through singing, Dorothy literally was sitting there like, so you mean to tell me all I had to do was click my heels 3 goddamn times and I would have been home by now? She was like, yes. I would have been like, so you ain't tell me I went through all this bullshit and I could have been home like 15 hours ago. Wow. Wow. Who am I about to fight now? Dorothy kept it calm. She kept it cute or whatever. But she was like, all right, you know, I'm going to do what I got to do. See y'all later, whatever. When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. Oh. Vocals. Oh, baby, I be hyping myself up because what? Vocals. And then she clicked her heels 3 times and she was back in dirty ass New York. And I'm saying dirty ass New York because dirty ass Chicago too. It ain't no hate. I said, well, so you get back there, and the whole time I'm listening to Lena Horne's music, the song that she was singing, and it was making me think like, and this is the question I was finna ask at the beginning. So is this a figment of Dorothy's imagination? She probably got swept up and she probably passed out there, and she had a dream that she was in the Wiz and she went to the land of Oz because her life was just so fucked up, and it was giving her a reason to see that, girl, you out here letting your life pass you the fuck by, and you gotta get out here and you really gotta do some things, okay? You know, you young enough to make an imprint. You still got time, girl. You only 24 in the movie. You still got time, girl. Go ahead and do what you gotta do. Don't let nothing hold you back. You can't be scared no more. And I feel like that's what the moral of the story is. Don't trust no bitch, okay? And to not hold yourself back. And see, I feel like as an adult, this is why I resonate with the movie, especially the Dorothy character, because again, what I said, y'all see me. I've always said I'm an introvert. And I just don't want to get involved with certain things because, you know, I just feel like either I'm not going to be received well, or, you know, people don't want to mess with me because of how I look, or, you know, I'm a big girl and all that stuff or whatever. And I'm just naturally shy and all that stuff. But, you know, you want to get somewhere in life. You can't get anywhere just sitting there and doing nothing or feeling bad for yourself or just letting your life pass you by, because at one point I was just existing and not actually living. And that's exactly what Dorothy was doing. And she had this experience that made her go out and say, bitch, it's time to ramp this shit up and change some things, all right? And I had one of those moments at the beginning of this year. Y'all see, I've been ripping and running every goddamn well. Bitch, I might fuck around and come up with a bitch. Or with a woman. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows, okay? But that was the Wiz. And I do say, I remember when they did the Wiz Live, and I think they had Neo was playing the 10 man. Oh, let me look this up right quick since we talking. And I love that live musical because it was a new girl, and I wonder what she's doing. I think I'm about it. Shanice Williams was a new girl. She played Dorothy. Queen Latifah played the Wiz. David Alec Greer played the Lion. Elijah Kelly played the Scarecrow, and Neo played the 10 man. Amber Riley played Glenda the Good Witch. Well, no, she played the Good Witch of the Uzo. Crazy Eyes from Orange is the New Black played Glenda. And then Stephanie Mills played Auntie M. Mary J. Blige played the Wicked Witch. I gotta go buy this, and you can't even find this on. And it's an NBC production, baby. I can't even find it on Peacock or anything like that. I'm gonna have to bag because I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that live musical because baby, they was singing. Everybody did such a good job. But anyway, you guys tell me how you feel, and if y'all want me to talk about Dreamgirls, let me know, okay? Because I feel like I want to, because I got some questions, because I just feel like certain things should have went down a whole different way, because ain't no way in hell, bitch, you gonna do what the fuck you did to me and you gonna be still standing and able to sing. I would have hit you dead in your throat, okay? Effie wasn't mad enough for me. But anyway, you guys enjoy the rest of y'all day, and I will see you guys later for the next Movie Corner.